Tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back for another retro review. This is going to be the season finale for Falcon Crest, season 2 finale of Falcon Crest, right? So we start this episode off. Maggie is getting out the hospital. I think I might have neglected to say that in the last review, that at the very end of the episode, Maggie and Chase were in the winery making up, and all of a sudden these barrels came tumbling down, and Maggie got a real bad concussion, and she was in the hospital for a couple of days. But the good news is her and Chase are back together, and Chase picks her up from the hospital and took her home. Now, while they're there, Chase lets her know that that was not an accident, because she thinks that somebody accidentally hit her in the head with those barrels, but he said, nope, it was not an accident, and we are still trying to figure out what happened. Now, while that's happening, Angela knocks on the door and to check on Maggie, because, you know, Angela can play family when she want to play nice. And then she lets them know, listen, I want to host Vicky's wedding up at Falcon Crest. And Chase and them were like, are you sure? Because Vicky just wants a small wedding. I don't think we need to do all that. She was like, posh. I am going to host the wedding. Y'all don't have to do nothing but just show up. Don't worry about it. That's what family does. Blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, we find out that Richard still has not been heard from. And they now have a search warrant to go and search his office to see what he may or may not have going on down to the office. And of course, Angela still is not here for it. She said, look, Chase, you did a good job of proving that Richard killed Andretti, but it's time to let it go. Like, just let it go. He's gone. He's probably outside of the country by now. Just let the whole thing go. We'll be all right. Of course, y'all know he can't do that. They go down to search Richard's office. It ain't nothing there. They find out that not only is Richard gone, but the secretary is gone too. And of course, the assumption is that they done ran off together. But what's really going on is Richard is in New York being held captive by the head of the conglomerate thing that they got going on, right? The organization. Diane tries to talk to him and tries to, tell him, listen, you know, it's time for you to take your rightful place as the head of, the agency. Like, that's what you're here for. And of course, Richard is like, listen, I done told you, I told my daddy, I told anybody who would listen, that's not what I want. I just want to be left by myself in Napa Valley to play with my grapes. Leave me alone. And she was like, all right, well, you want to do this the hard way. So the head of the organization, they're coming in to speak to you, personally. Baby, he gets in there, they get ready to take him in there to meet the head of the organization. He go in there hot-headed, guns are blazing. Baby, only to find out it's his damn mama. And she gives him this whole story about how, it was after the war and she ain't had no money and she did what she had to do. She had to take care of business the best way she knew how to take care of business. And she's been setting this up for him all along. And, it's time for him to take his place. And he was like, oh, so basically the story was true. You did sell me, to my daddy. Like, all of that was true. And she was like, listen, I had to do what I had to do. Like, I had to provide the life that we needed, for the lifestyle. He was like, so basically, at the end of the day, all of this is still true, that you did what you had to do to take care of Chase, and you left me hanging. So, of course, when it was put like that, I don't think Jacqueline expected him to basically put it that way. And she said, Richard, look, you need to be put in charge, and that's just what it is. He said, let me explain something to you. Let me tell you how this is about to go. I'm about to walk my happy ass right up out of here. Like, you kidnapped me. You brought me here under false pretenses. And unless you want the whole world to know what I know about you, you're going to let me walk up out of here. Because I don't think the world will want to hear that you were a Nazi sympathizer and that you sold your son to a Nazi sympathizer. Like, I don't think that's the story you once spun. So what you going to do is let me walk up out of here, because I got some business I got to handle back in California. They think I'm a murderer and I need to go clear my name. And baby, he walked right on out of there. And I said, well, that was real anticlimactic. Like, I'm waiting for this big showdown. Jacqueline's face was cracked. Now, y'all know I love me some Jacqueline. But in that one, baby, you lost that battle. Richard got you. Richard got you. But it don't matter. Because Jacqueline had told Chase that she couldn't make it to the wedding. But her ass showed up at Falcon Crest for that wedding, right? Okay, she sure did. Now, while this is going on, Lance and Melissa think that they have got it all figured out. They are celebrating, talking about how the Falcon Crest is going to be theirs, and how they're going to excuse me, how they're going to get everything that they wanted. They think they got Julia right where they want her. They done found Julia ass drunk down to the bar in San Francisco. Lance and Angela had to go get her out the bar because she was drunk. Because, of course, her heart is broken, right? And Lance knew about the divorce papers. Come to find out, he intercepted the divorce papers so that she wouldn't know about the divorce. So you set your mama up. Like, you know your mama a drunk. What did you think your mama was going to do? Like, Julia a drunk, y'all. We know Julia's a drunk. So, child, all of that is happening. Listen. Vicky and Nick, they getting ready for their wedding, and Vicky, she tells him, listen, I know you think I'm an old-fashioned kind of girl, but I think that tonight we shouldn't sleep together tonight because, it's bad luck for the groom to see the bride before the wedding. And he was like, I totally understand. It's all good. Don't you worry about it. I get it. It is what it is. But here's the thing. Come to find out, Nick spent the night before his wedding with his ex-wife. And she was like, does your wife know you with me? And he was like, she, basically what she don't know won't hurt her. I love her, but, I got my needs, I got what I need. And in my mind, all I'm thinking was, you lose him the same way you got him. Like, you had a whole affair with this man while he was married to this woman. And she don't have no problem, made it clear that she don't have no problem sleeping with him every opportunity that it presents itself for her to sleep with him. Okay? Now, while Chase was down at the Globe searching Richard's office, Philip popped up, right? And Philip looked like a ghost when he saw Chase and them. But he recovered quickly. He said that Angela sent him down there to just check on things, And when later on, when Chase and Philip were talking to Angela, he covered up for her. I mean, she covered up for him because, again, she know Philip is a double agent. So she covered for Philip, but that just, again, further proved what she already know about what Philip got going on. But what we find out is Richard hasn't paid those harvesters. Remember, he was doubling the price for the grapes to try to put Falcon Crest out of business. And come to find out, because he left town already, he never paid those people for their grapes. So now they need to sell these grapes. And Angela was like, oh, for real? Oh, well, not only, so we're not going to sell them for the price that we originally agreed to, since they tried to put me out of business and they was going to be in cahoots with Richard. We cutting the prices. And, of course, Bleeding Heart Chase is like, well, Angela, I mean, you can't be mad at them for trying to take the best price for their grapes. She was like, I can be mad at them because loyalty, okay? They're supposed to sell their grapes to me instead of some pie in the sky offer, So, yeah. We're going to buy their grapes from them, but we're going to buy their grapes from them at less than market value, okay? That's going to be their punishment for trying to play games with Falcon Crest. And, of course, Chase don't want to do it, but y'all know what's about to happen. Y'all know who's in charge. Now, more bad news keeps coming down the pike. The sheriff lets Chase know that Charles Fong, the uncle, the matriarch or the patriarch of the family, he had a heart attack and he died down to the hospital. So now they realize that they feel like they ain't never going to be able to get to Charles Fong. They never going to be able to get the information that they need to prove that Richard is the killer, because they're convinced that Richard is the killer, child. So it's the night before the wedding, and Vicky is having a heart-to-heart with her mom. And there, she's telling stories about, how her father proposed to her and, how sweet it was. And she's talking about how she loves Nick and she knows that Nick loves her. And she, is looking forward to their life together. And like I said, while she having this great conversation with her mama, baby, Nick is sleeping with his ex-wife, okay? Again, like I said, the way you get them is the way you gonna lose them, honey. So it is the morning of Vicky's wedding, and Vicky is nervous down to Falcon Crest, down to the house up at Falcon Crest. Angela is giving the family a pep talk. Julia is sitting looking like somebody done stole her man, which I guess they did. She looking how, and Emma is being Emma, and of course Lance and Melissa are looking at each other like, damn, we thought we had this all figured out. So Julia ends up having a conversation with Emma and lets Emma know, listen, it doesn't matter what we do. No matter how hard we try, no matter what we do, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to always be up under, our mother's thumb. We can't win. And I'm thinking, so because you can't have this one man, you can't win? Ciao, bye. But of course, Julia feel the way she feel because she been holding a torch for, her husband forever. And he's giving her plenty of opportunities. Like, you can't be mad at the man for finally deciding that he can't, hold on any longer. Now, Angela meets with Melissa before the wedding. And Angela lets Melissa know, yeah, so we know that you haven't gotten paid for those grapes that you thought you was going to make triple the value on. And here is what I'm going to pay you. Take it or leave it. And, of course, Melissa was like, well, what do you mean? Like, this is below market value. Like, this is way less than what I thought I was going to get. She was like, oh, well, that's what you get for trying to double cross me. So either you're going to sign that paper or those grapes will wither. I won't touch them. And nobody else will either. So, of course, under duress, Melissa ends up signing the daggone paper, child. Under duress, Melissa's got to sign the paper. And then next thing you know, we are at a wedding. And, we go through the whole ceremony. They're exchanging their vows and all that good stuff, And next thing you know, between the wedding and going into the reception, Chase says, listen, Maggie, trust me, I need to go take care of something, but you got to trust me. I need to go take care of something. Chase ends up driving. Now, this is what listen. Now, y'all, Falcon Crest, I normally be letting y'all have it. But you mean to tell me that Chase drove from the Tuscany Valley into San Francisco, which y'all said is about a 40-minute ride. That's what y'all had said. And he was able to go to, he went to the wake for Charles Fong's uncle because he knew that he was going to be there. He convinces him to come back to talk to the sheriff and tell his story. They end up coming back. Now, while this is going on, everybody's looking for Chase. Where's Chase? He's not going to be here for his own daughter's reception. And, of course, Maggie started to get in her feelings because Maggie was like, here we go. Chase stuck on this bullshit again. But Richard ends up showing up. And, of course, once Richard shows up, it sort of throws everything off. And, immediately, Angela calls the police like, I think the police might want to know where he is, okay? And just as the police show up to arrest Richard, Chase shows up with Charles Fong, and Chase is like, y'all need to hear him tell the story, okay? He got a story to tell. So he ends up telling the story, and he says, listen, I didn't kill Andretti. I ain't had no reason to kill Andretti. Like, he was a hard man. I ain't like him a whole lot, but I didn't kill that man. He said, I was paid to let, she paid me to let her in. And so they were like, she paid you to let her in? He was like, yeah, she paid me to let her in, but I didn't know she was going to kill him. And they were like, well, who did it? Of course, the camera's looking all around at everybody. Who did it? Baby, he pointed at Julia. Baby, everybody was like, Julia? And they were like, well, Julia, why'd you do it? Chase was like, why'd you do it? She said, because he was coming after Falcon Crest. And he wasn't going to stop until he had control of Falcon Crest. And I knew that his plan was to have his daughter come in here, get with my son, and basically get Falcon Crest from us. And I couldn't let that happen. So this place that you claim you hate so much is the place you committed murder for. Girl, next thing you know, a gun comes out, and they get to struggling for the gun, and somebody got shot. We heard that gun go off 3 times. Somebody got shot. Now, that is the season finale, okay? That is the season finale. But next season, or the next episode, which is the next season, I believe, we see a casket. So somebody died. Somebody died. We'll come back with that ASAP. But remember, basically everybody on the show was in that room when that gun went off. Okay, remember Jacqueline was there, Richard was there, the sheriff was there, Philip was there. Everybody was there, y'all. Everybody was there. So we will see who got killed. We will see what happened. Baby Julia, this is where we start seeing a whole other side of Julia, honey. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.